Donald Trump did meet, and he's still meeting, as far as I know, with the Prime Minister of Canada. He did an open media Q&A. One of the first things that Donald Trump said today was making it about him when it comes to Mark Carney, Canada's Prime Minister. Have a listen to this.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's a great honor to have Prime Minister Mark Carney with us. As you know, just a few days ago, he won a very big election in Canada. And I think I was probably the greatest thing that happened to him, but I can't take a vote. His party was losing by a lot, and he ended up winning. So I really want to congratulate him. It was probably one of the greatest comebacks in the history of politics, maybe even greater than mine.
There you go. Vintage Donald Trump making everything about himself. Mark Carney is a very accomplished and very educated and well-respected man around the world. And let me be very clear, that has absolutely nothing to do with Donald Trump. So once again, Donald Trump making it about himself. Now, this was the moment where Donald Trump was asked about making Canada the 51st state. Now, listen, I have never believed that this would ever happen. Carney would never allow it to happen. The good people of Canada would never allow it to happen. And it's another crazy idea, for lack of a better term, that Donald Trump had. But listen to Donald Trump double down on it. It's insane. Have a listen to this.
Mr. President, Mr. Prime Minister, I'd like to get your response to this too. Mr. President, you have said that Canada should become the 51st state.
No. Well, I still believe that, but you know, it takes two to tango, right? But no, I do. I mean, I believe it would be a massive tax cut for the Canadian citizens. You get free military, you get tremendous medical cares and other things. There would be a lot of advantages, but it would be a massive tax cut. And it's also a beautiful, you know, as a real estate developer, you know, I'm a real estate developer at heart. When you get rid of that artificially drawn line, somebody drew that line many years ago with like a ruler, just a straight line right across the top of the country. When you look at that beautiful formation when it's together, I'm a very artistic person. But when I looked at that beauty, I said, that's the way it was meant to be. But, you know, I do feel it's much better for Canada. But we're not going to be discussing that unless somebody wants to discuss it. I think that there are tremendous benefits to the Canadian citizens, tremendously lower taxes, free military, which honestly we give you essentially anyway, because we're protecting Canada if you ever had a problem. But I think, it would really be a wonderful marriage because it's two places that get along very well. They like each other a lot.
Absolutely and positively ridiculous. Insane. Now, Carney, being the leader that he is, in a respectful way, basically tells Donald Trump, no, sir, Canada will not be the 51st state.
They get along very well. They like each other a lot.
Well, if I may, as you know from real estate, there are some places that are never for sale.
That's true.
We're sitting in one right now, you know, Buckingham Palace that you visited as well.
That's true.
And having met with the owners of Canada over the course of the campaign last several months, it's not for sale, won't be for sale ever. But the opportunity is in the partnership and what we can build together. We have done that in the past. And part of that, as the president just said, is with respect to our own security. And my government is committed for a step change in our investment in Canadian security and our partnership. And I'll say this as well, that the president has revitalized international security, revitalized NATO, and us playing our full weight in NATO, and that will be part of it.
And they have, I must say, Canada is stepping up the military participation because Mark knew, you know, they were low and now they're stepping it up. And that's a very important thing. But never say never. Never say never. Yeah.
Never say never. Never say never. No, Carney just said never. He literally just said verbatim, it will never be for sale. What does Donald Trump say? The great listener, never say never. And then a reporter asked, what if Canada doesn't want to be the 51st state? Would you respect that, Mr. President? Because that's basically what the Prime Minister just said. Here's the exchange there.
First state, if Canadians don't want it, would you respect that?
Sure, I would. but this is not necessarily a one-day deal. This is over a period of time. They have to make that decision. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, if I may. If respectfully, Canadians' view on this is not going to change on the 51st state. Secondly, we are the largest client of the United States in the totality of all the goods. So we are the largest client of the United States. We have a tremendous auto sector between the two of us, and the changes that made have been helpful. 50% of a car that comes from Canada is American. That's not like anywhere else in the world. And to your question about is there one thing? No, this is a bigger discussion. There are much bigger forces involved. And this will take some time and some discussions. And that's why we're here, to have those discussions. And that is represented by who's sitting around the table.
See, the conflict is.
Yeah. No, the conflict is your idiocy. So basically, again, that's Mark Carney pushing back, saying, no, this is the way Canadians feel. We're never going to be the 51st state. We need to move on and talk about other things, or, lack of a better term, a bigger discussion. And Trump just can't let it go.